Tim Murtagh, thanks for joining me. Another testing day for the bowlers out there, but I thought a much more disciplined performance with the ball today.
Yeah, I think so. I think the scoreboard might not show that, but I think we certainly were better today than what we were yesterday. We had a good sort of honest chat at the start of the day and spoke about a little bit about what happened yesterday. We didn't want to dwell too much on that, but looking forward what we could do better today. And I think, as I say, I think we started pretty well. They didn't really get away from us at any point. It's a fairly placid wicket, so there's not a lot of movement off the pitch for us. So yeah, although they ended up getting what they did, I think more pleased than I was yesterday.
Tim, explain the rationale. 6 tosses won this year, 6 times we've bowled first. Is that a strategy in the camp, or are we reading the conditions pitch by pitch, day by day, looking up, looking at the deck, or is it a policy to generally bowl first and chase?
It's trying to work out what is the best way of winning games for us in this division. I think, and look, we stuck them in knowing that it wasn't going to be a pitch where we were going to skittle them out, and we still don't really know the pitch until both teams are batted. But there have been times here where it's difficult to know what to set in that last innings. And a few times we've knocked off scores here, and it's difficult to defend, especially with that short boundary. So we know 4-day cricket's a long game of cricket. It's not won and lost on that first morning. So if we can take the game deep into day 4, again, if we can bat well, try and get up to them, hopefully past them, ideally, that's a long way off, and we're going to have to bat really well to do that. Then suddenly they're under a bit of pressure for third innings, not sure what to do. So yeah, there is some thinking behind it, and it might be difficult for people to kind of understand that, but there's a lot of thought, and it's not necessarily all about the first morning. It's more about what potentially could happen on day 4.
Understood. Almost seems inevitable that John Simpson would come back and score runs, much like Peter Handsome did earlier this season. We know what Pujara can do, but that was some partnership from the two of them for the 5th wicket, a record for Sussex. Like you say, proves that if you get yourself in out there, you can compile big scores. Yeah,
I mean, fair play to John. He batted really well, and as I said before, we know what a good player he was when he left. So yeah, it was tough. There was, as I say, not that nip in that pitch that ideally you need to try and get Pujara and Simo out, and players of this quality. So once they got their heads down and got themselves in, they proved pretty difficult to dislodge, as they showed. But yeah, I thought all in all we stuck at it, better today, as I said, than yesterday.
Tim, you know full well that whenever we get a coach out, it's been a tough day out there for the boys. How much are you enjoying the side of the media responsibilities that you're now being drafted into? How much are you enjoying the new role as a coach?
It's always a pleasure to speak to you, no matter the situation. I'm really enjoying it. Yeah, just sort of first year of doing it properly. Just trying to find my way and work out what's the best way I can help these guys improve and sort of be around and add my experience and add any kind of expertise that I can. So yeah, it's enjoyable. There's good days and bad days. That's the same as a player, and you've got to take the rough with the smooth a bit and not be too up and down and emotional. And we just look forward to the next day, really.
Any frustration that you can't get out there and make a difference yourself?
No, not at all. I think I've not at any stage this year thought I want to be out there bowling again, which shows how lucky I was to have played for so long and got the most out of myself and my body. So no, that ship has sailed.
Last one for me, Tim. A really solid start this afternoon from Robbo and Max. Robbo looking as good as he has done for much of this year. I guess the plan tomorrow is just to bat long, and I suppose at this stage it's too early to say, but if we can come out of this game with a draw, 7 games in, unbeaten, into the second half of the season, up the top of the table, we'd have taken that at the start of the year, wouldn't we?
Yeah, absolutely. I think, as I said, we're a long way behind the game, so we've got to respect that position. They've got, a couple of quality bowlers in their attack as well, so they're going to come hard again tomorrow morning. They'll freshen up, and it'll be a real test for those two. But glad we got through relatively unscathed tonight, only losing 1 wicket. Sets it up nicely for, as I say, hopefully a good long day batting tomorrow.
Absolutely. Tim, well, thanks for joining us and good luck tomorrow.
Cheers.